Look, I have been a conservative. I've been on the right. I've been hounding and sounding the horn for pro family, pro God, pro constitution, pro rights, pro independent, pro state rights, so on, so forth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Even way back in my 20s, they have this saying, this figure of speech that a man who's not a liberal in his 20s has no heart, and a man who's not a conservative by his 40s has no wisdom. When I was in my 20s, I was a conservative, you know, and of course, my friends in their 20s, most of them were completely uninvolved in politics or social causes at all, but they heckled me and teased me and that sort of stuff. But luckily, even though JD Vance here in this interview with Waters, this Waters guy here, thankfully you have me to help you sift through the doublespeak that's going on right now. On the right, our comrades, our colleagues, our team members, going on the right, all of this doublespeak. There's something screwy going on, and I'm not quite sure what it is yet, and I may never know. I mean, this is the way the government works. I mean, they have all of the prisons and all of the rifles, okay? So they can tell what they want to tell and not tell what they want to tell. But what I'm almost certain of right now is it's not as simple as some crazy 22-year-old guy with some mental emotional problems who got wrapped up with some transgender man, whatever he is, the lover, the roommate he is, and got radicalized at college or on the internet or something like that. And he went and got grandpa's gun and assassinated Charlie Kirk. That story, I mean, that's straight out of Grimm fairy tales or some Hollywood movie or something like that. That's not true. It's not true because 1+1 = 2, and that would make 1+1 = potato. That's what it would make it add up to. Now I don't know what the story is, but the story they're putting out simply doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. But here's J.D. Vance, and he's shilling for the government story or whatever. And it's just unfortunate that they're wrapping up something as profound and fantastic as Charlie Kirk's life work, as short as his life was, and his legacy, that they're wrapping that up into their own little pet causes and their own little ideologies.
Guys now looking into as many as 20 or more other people who may have corresponded with this assassin
right.
beforehand. There may have been foreknowledge of the shooting. If there are co-conspirators here, what kind of threat level are we talking about?
Well, we don't know, Jesse, and that's why I've been so proud of Cash and the way that he's handled this investigation, because he's cast as wide a net as humanly possible. And the FBI really is looking at everything. By the way, there's a lot of weird stuff out there. For example, the CEO of Discord, or one of the leaders of Discord, said that there were no Discord chats that involved this guy. Now we know that there were Discord chats that involved this guy. So we need to look at everything. We need to leave no stone unturned. My own attitude to this, and people will send me stuff, Jesse, from the deepest, darkest corners of the internet. Some of it sounds pretty crazy, but I'll send it to.
Here's what I would like to know. So this guy, who I voted for now, I mean, full disclosure, I'm not an enemy or a detractor or even a big critic of Trump, Vance, the administration, or anything. The bottom line, though, is that truth predominates over any political ideology or allegiance or whatever. So I'm just looking for truth. Okay? So what I want to know is this claim that this guy here just spit out about people sending him stuff from all over the internet, this weird stuff. How do I get access to that, right? Like, where do all these nameless, faceless people that he claims exist that we don't have any way of verifying even exist? Where do they get an email address or some portal to send stuff to J.D. Vance from all over the internet, supposedly? I mean, I know if I came across something crazy on the internet that I thought was related to Charlie Kirk's assassination, J.D. Vance would not be on the list of people that I would think, hey, I need to send this information to somebody. It may be relevant to the Charlie Kirk assassination. It wouldn't cross my J.D. Vance. I mean, most vice presidents just go around cutting ribbons and they vote in the Senate only if there's a tie. And that's it. And they just wait for their opportunity to run for president. I mean, kudos to Trump that he's letting J.D. Vance get out here and kind of get his feet under him and earn his chops or whatever to kind of, you know, hopefully in another 3 years, run for president. Okay. Kudos to Trump. Most presidents keep the VP back in the closet somewhere, keep him in his cage. So this is why we have J.D. Vance here. But by and large, the American public and the political establishment and all of the things that go along with it, when they come across something like some information from the internet that might be relevant to Charlie Kirk's assassination, J.D. Vance, the president, I mean, the vice president, is not the one that people think they should send it to. Their local police, their local sheriff, maybe their state authorities, possibly, probably the FBI. J.D. Vance doesn't make sense. But this guy's claiming that people send this to me from all over the internet. That's one of those vague feminine claims that is unfalsifiable. Okay? For you public school graduates, that means that you can't prove that it's not true. So he just gets to roll that out as some sort of a merit or some sort of a credence to what he's about to tell you. But I would bet my money, but not my life, that he's lying.
Cash, and I'll talk to my team because I want us to leave no stone unturned. It's the only way to honor Charlie is to get to the bottom of exactly how this person was radicalized and who else was involved in it.
Did you hear that? That statement he just made, when I heard it in this video, that's why I wanted to make my own video about it. Let's see if I can play that again.
Exactly how this person was radicalized. I want us to leave no stone unturned. It's the only way to honor Charlie. Stone unturned. It's the only way to honor Charlie to leave no stone unturned.
Do you hear that?
It's the only way to honor Charlie.
Here goes.
Stone unturned. It's the only way to want us to leave no stone unturned. It's the only way to honor Charlie is to get
one
to the
more
bottom.
time.
It's the only way to honor Charlie is to get to the bottom of exactly how this person was radicalized.
That is not the only way to honor Charlie. What are ways to honor Charlie? Well, it would stand to reason that you would look at what Charlie Kirk encouraged and taught and believed and what the foundations of his philosophies were and his ideology was, and you would imitate those things. That is actually the only way to honor Charlie. What these people are doing is they're taking their own ideas, their own principles, their own ideologies, their own philosophies, and they're just hammering it into Charlie Kirk. You know, they're wrapping it up in Charlie's legacy or honoring Charlie, when the actual crux of what they're saying has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk or what he taught or what he believed or what he promoted. Has nothing to do with it. So Charlie Kirk, these people are making a caricature, a decoration, I don't know, a wax or a polish out of Charlie Kirk to put onto the things that they believe and they want to advance in the culture by saying, this is what Charlie would do. This is what Charlie believed. This is what Charlie would want. The only way to honor Charlie. No. If you want to honor Charlie, prepare yourself to be a husband. That's how you can honor Charlie. Prepare yourself to be a wife. And I don't mean one of these boss babe, out there trying to build her career and get her bag and all of this sort of stuff. If you want to honor Charlie, prepare yourself to be a wife. And I mean a biblical wife, insofar as submitting to the biblical order of God over man, man over woman, women over children. Prepare yourself to be a stay-at-home mother. Before that, you need to prepare yourself to be a mother. We need babies. Right now, the Western world, Europe, the United States, Australia, Canada, so on and so forth, we're below replacement rates. Why? Feminism. Feminism has taught women that the way for them to live their best life is to get out there and get them a job, build them a career, and get that bag like a man, is to go out there and imitate men, which means postponing children, which means we're not birthing out enough babies in the West to replace ourselves, which means some other culture, probably through immigrants, are going to come in and they're going to replace us. And our Christian, Western, human rights honoring culture is just going to go away because we're not going to have children to pass those values on to. You want to honor Charlie Kirk? Prepare yourself to be a mother. Prepare yourself to be a father. Plan on having a bunch of children. I had 5 and I ain't even Catholic. Me and my wife, we just Southern Baptist, and we can't count to 28. That's all I know to tell you. Have you a bunch of kids. Stop listening to this bull crap about, especially for you women, men can have children until the day they drop dead, pretty much. Women, by the time you're 35, it's a geriatric pregnancy. After 30, it's kind of risky. Your most fertile time, the easiest time for you to have children and get up and keep on trucking, is in your 20s. And the earlier in your 20s, the easier it is for you. That's usually when most women are going to college and building their career to get that bag. So by the time they get everything together and they decide somewhere in their late 20s or 30 or whatever to have a child, they got to have one quick. You see, so they can't have that many if they have them at all. So you want to honor Charlie Kirk's legacy? Don't have nothing to do with leaving every stone unturned and making sure we find every person that the FBI is going to say was involved and all this, that, and the third. That's not it. That has nothing to do with it. I'm not saying that getting justice and bringing the criminals who executed Charlie Kirk is something we should not do. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not the only way we can honor Charlie. You want to honor Charlie? Get saved. Go to church. Raise your children in the church. Live your life. When you have a question, what should I do today in this situation? What position should I hold in this social issue? Open that Holy Bible and draw your positions from God's word, not from that television, not from that movie screen, not from the music that the music industry is putting out. This is how you can honor Charlie Kirk. You see, this is the bottom line, but people don't want to do that. Stop having abortions. I'm not sure what the figure is today, but a few years ago when I was a lot more involved in the anti-abortion movement, I'm not even pro-life. To me, pro-lifers are diet pro-choicers. See, I am anti-abortion. No exceptions permitted whatsoever. So come at me with all of your fringe, extreme examples of what about this, what about this, what about this. If the baby's conceived, the baby ought to be born. That's my position. But I know just a few years ago, it was something like 3,500 babies aborted every day. Stop doing it. I'm talking about Plan B and everything else. Stop doing it. Have all the babies you can have. Get married. Stay married for life, no matter what. Raise your family. Be a stay-at-home mom. Stop subcontracting out raising your children. Stand for truth, no matter what. Speak the truth. Hold people accountable and speak for the truth even when they shoot you in the neck. That's how you can honor Charlie Kirk's legacy. Not by some politician over here shilling about how they're going to leave no stone unturned. I'm dang.